Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk about Midori. I wanted to tell you what some of my favorite things are from the official Midori brand, as well as just talking about the company and giving you a little bit of history because you all know I love to do my research. The actual Midori company has been around since the 90s. The Traveler's Notebook that we all know and love is coming up on 6 years now. I know, right? It seems like it's been so much longer that we've had it in our lives. As you can see, this is mine right here. Essentially, it's just a leather-bound journal for travelers, which is the reason that it got its name, and it's kind of morphed now into something like an outlet for your art or emotions or planners or things like that. And as you can see in front of you, I don't have an official Midori Traveler's Notebook. I never call this a Midori. If you've seen some of my other videos, I always call this a Traveler's Notebook because I know that it's not an official Midori. And there are reasons for that. I do have some other videos on how I came about making this and such, but essentially, the Traveler's Notebook, the Midori one, was just too expensive for me because a Traveler's Notebook is really a rectangular piece of leather. I was able to make mine for $5, including the elastic. The Midori Traveler's Notebook, when it started out, only retailed for about $39. And if you've done any research lately on it, the regular size, as you see here, is now priced up to $79. So the price has doubled in the last few years, and for me, that's just not cool. I understand the cost of doing business. I understand supply and demand and things like that, but for it to double for me was just a big negative, and I was able to make it so much cheaper for myself. A lot of videos out there will talk about the Traveler's Notebook. When they open it up, it has this powdery feel to it. It has a film on it that they don't like, as well as the smell. It takes a few days to a week to get the smell out of there. Normally leather has a really, really great smell. So those are just a couple of the negatives that I think about the Midori Traveler's Notebook, as well as it's a little bit difficult to find, especially here in North America. They do have a couple stores on the West Coast that are distributors, but your best bet is going to go online to either gouletpens.com or baumkuchen.net are my two favorite sources for that. The leather for the Midori Traveler's Notebook is actually handmade in northern Thailand, which I thought was interesting because Midori is a Japanese company. I think a lot of the appeal of this is just the very simplistic system. It's a piece of leather that wraps around and protects your notebooks. And I think there's just something, I don't know, romantic or very Indiana Jones to just carry around this piece of leather with your notebooks. It scuffs and scratches easily, as you can see on mine, and that's one of the appeals of it. I think that's also the beauty and the downfall of the Traveler's Notebook is that it's beautiful, but it's simple, and it's really easy to copy. The other thing about the Midori Traveler's Notebook is that it only comes in 3 colors now. Originally, when it started, it was brown and black, and just in the past year, they've come out with a Pan Am Blue, which people just went gaga over, which can kind of give you an idea about the company. They just were very, very basic. So they only have 3 basic colors and 2 basic sizes, the regular size that you see here and then the passport size, which is about half that size, and it literally does fit a passport. So I do appreciate that they name their things legitimately for what they are. And I think that's one of the reasons why there are so many copycats out there. People call them Fodoris and a whole bunch of different fake names like that. I always refer to mine as Traveler's Notebook. I don't know if you've noticed that in my other videos, but I never call mine a Midori. And it's just easy to copy. So I think people are looking, they love the system, but they're looking for more colors. I think they're looking for more versatility and variety. And so I think that's why they go to the Etsy shops where there are a lot different sizes as well as materials and colors. So again, I think that's a negative for the Midori company. I think they really need to look into that a little bit more. I think the inserts and the accessories are really the saving grace for Midori. Their inserts are averaging about 64 pages, and I will show you some of mine that I've bought here. So 64 pages is going to be your average. They run anywhere from $5.50 to about $11, with the average of being 7. And a lot of that just depends on the layout and how many pages it comes with. I will show you the ones that I have bought, the ones that I think are worth my money. The basic ones like the blank insert, the lined, or the graph ones, for me those are a lot easier to either find on Etsy that are cuter and cheaper, or they are easily made myself for just a few cents or a few dollars. So those are the ones I don't personally feel like are worth my money. These ones right here I do. This first one right here is 005, which is the daily grid. This is enough for 2 months. So as you can see, it's just a nice layout on one page. There's nothing special about it. The real appeal, I think, of the Midori official inserts are the paper quality. The paper quality is top notch. You're not going to find much better paper out there. It is very dense fibers, and so therefore it is going to take a lot of pens, especially your fountain pens. The only one it really doesn't take, which I don't know of any paper out there that does take it, is the permanent Sharpie marker. That is the only one that's really going to bleed through. All of your other pens are going to be completely fine. You will get a little bit of shadowing on some of the pages depending on the pen that you use, but overall just fantastic. So that is the reason I bought this daily grid, is because of the pages. And like I said, 2 months for that one. So if you use that every single day, you'll have to get 6 of those. This next one right here, actually let me go to this one. This one is the weekly, and this is the horizontal one. They also have a vertical one. This one right here, the weekly, is 019. This has enough pages in it for 6 months. Of course, you all know I love grid, so that's fantastic. Throughout my planner journey, I have realized I really, really don't like horizontal. So you're probably wondering, why did I get horizontal? I preferred this over the Midori vertical weekly. I felt like the vertical did not have enough space on it to write. And with this one, I loved that the horizontal right here has this little teeny line. As you can see, it's pretty microscopic, but even that little dash right there is enough visually for me to separate this horizontal. So that one worked well for me as well. I thought that was worth my money. And then this one right here is going to be the month on 2-page spread, and that one is the 017. I love this one especially because the pages go from the very top to the very bottom for the days. I love that. As you know, and you probably had the same experience, some days are just busier than others. You need some space to write. So with most of these inserts that I've showed you, it's going to have this, I don't know what you call it, it's not really a grid, but just an outline where you can fill in whatever month you're on and the year. It also has that on the weekly as well. Again, there's nothing super special about these particular layouts that I bought, but just that I needed them, and they had really great quality, and they were fairly cheap. I will say, if you're going to do this on an annual basis, this is not going to be your least expensive option. In fact, I would think it's more on the expensive option. If you need the year, of course, has enough for 14 months, so you're good there. The weekly has enough for 6 months, so you'll need 2 of these books, and then the daily, you'll need 6 of these books. So you're going to end up spending over $50 for this system if you use a monthly, a weekly, and a daily every single day. So just keep that in mind if you're going to go with that system for your planning system, that it's not going to necessarily be cheaper. It is going to be smaller and maybe more efficient, because you will only have, these many books, and it's only this wide with these 3 books in here. So there are some advantages for doing it this way, but financially that may not be the best option for you. And then the other insert that I felt like was worth my money was, of course, the 013, the lightweight thin insert, which is right here. I have my notes in there. So this one right here, and then these are the pages. This one I thought was worthwhile, even though I mentioned maybe that I didn't think that the blank and the lined and the graph were necessarily worth my money, is because with these thin lightweight pages here, you get 128 pages for that price. So that is really good, and it's only this wide, so it's really not very wide at all, and you just get a lot of pages. Again, the paper quality is really fantastic. And so you're going to, even with that thin paper, you're going to be able to use your fountain pens on it, which is a big concern for a lot of people. Let me show you now some other Midori things that I have bought. These I, for the most part, bought through jetpens.com, which does have, again, is another great resource to buy some Midori products. These right here, let me start with these. These are what they call Midori film sticky notes in the mini. I didn't see a maxi, so I think they're just the mini. There are 6 different ones, as you can see: stars, circles, these are called speech bubbles, triangles, birds, and the hearts. These retail for $6.75, which is a little bit pricey, but you do get 150 of those. There are 10 colors and you get 15 of each, and they are really great. They are, for the majority, almost full adhesive. I would say they're at least 80% adhesive, so they're really great. These, for me, are on the bigger side. As you can see, they're usually about an inch from top to bottom on these. For a lot of planners, that is going to be too big. Because I use the regular size, that is perfectly fine with me. It will fit in any of my daily or weekly boxes, but that's just something to keep in mind. They are really great because they're transparent, and I thought that they were worth the money. Again, from jetpens.com. These next ones I'm going to show you are technically not Midori brand, but when you go under jetpens.com, they do include this in the JetPens or the Midori section. These are, and I'm going to probably not pronounce this name correctly, but they are Beverly Kokosasu. What Kokosasu means point here, so as you can see, they've got these nice little pointer things down here with the arrows and the triangles that come to a point. These are page markers. Again, they're translucent, and these are $7.25 each. There are 5 colors and you get, or 4 colors, and you get 15 of each. And so there's 75 total on these. So if you compare them to the Midori film sticky notes right here, these, if you have to choose between these or these, I would definitely get the Midori film sticky notes. You get double the price, or excuse me, for about the same price, you get double the amount of the stickers. So that for me is a much better bargain. But I really like these because they have such a great concept. As you can see right here, this, and you can see up here on the picture right here, this is perforated right here, so you can actually tear off the arrow or any of the bottom sections over here, and then you're left with this. And as you can probably tell, the adhesive, for the most part, is the majority of it. So you're not going to have any problems with it sticking or anything like that. Here are the ones that are the pointer. Again, really great. You can also use these for corner stickers in your Midori, so any of the inserts, the calendars, anything like that. So I love this concept, and they're just really nice, cute, basic colors, I thought. And then the very last thing I want to show you are these, which are called the Midori Seal Collection Planner Stickers. They have a whole bunch more of these. The ones that I just showed you, the Beverly Kokosasu ones and the Midori Film Sticky Notes, these are all that they have. They have 4 of these ones and they have 6 of this. And I bought 1 of each of those. These ones in particular have so many more, and they even have more stickers than that. I felt like for me, these were the ones that I would use the most. The other ones I would not use at all. They have a bunch of different, I was going to say like types or, different characters that don't really appeal to me, but I love these ones. This one is the gold collection. Let me show that one up. So these right here would go around maybe your calendar number on your monthly and your weekly, and just some really great, just basic planner stickers that fit in there. As you know, we all need some small stickers to fit in there. This is the school collection, so really great things on there. This is good for my planning when I have to plan that. This is just called the Beauty. And as you can see, it's glittery. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it is just a really fine glitter, really cute. I am not super girly, but even I like this one and can use it, so that was great. This one is arrows. And as you can, I don't know if you can see, you can obviously see the arrows, but these are really, really thin and very, very small. So for me, I think these are going to be a little bit difficult to use, but who doesn't need arrows? I definitely did. So that's why I went ahead and bought these. And then this one is my favorite one by far. This is called Starry Sky. And again, these are really unique. I just love these, the globes, the telescopes. This one's just really, really great. So I love those. Those are the 5 that I chose. They probably have at least 20 more, if not even more than that. And they have different sizes. They have bigger collections made out of craft paper and such. There are a lot of other Midori products out there. For me, like the pen loop, for instance, I thought that was really expensive. I thought a lot of their other things were just a little bit too expensive for my taste. And like I mentioned, a lot of their plastic inserts and other things, I think for my personal experience, I'm able to find them cheaper and much kind of better layouts, and just the way that they're made. I was able to find those better in different sources. So like I mentioned, these are the Midori brand favorites that I think are worth the money. And as you can see, I obviously bought them for myself. So I hope this helps as you are trying to buy things and figure out if things are worth your time and your money or not. This is the choices that I've made for myself. And thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.